welcome to the Sweary Sewist. If you're new here, join the club because, as the title of the video would suggest, I am too. This is my first YouTube video, so fingers crossed that it isn't complete shit. So, the reason I decided to start a YouTube channel is I am clearly a sewer, as you can see from things in the background. I like to have YouTube playing in the background or just when I'm having a cup of tea, whatever. And I've really struggled to find decent, no, that's not the right word, to find Australian content that interests me. So there are really good Australian YouTube vloggers out there, but they mainly do garment sewing. And I'm not a garment sewer, so I lose interest in lengthy pattern reviews or garment fabric hauls. It's just not what I'm into. So I figured there are probably people like me who sew other stuff or do other crafts who just wanted something a little bit different. So I've been sewing forever. I try not to count the years because it makes me feel really old. So let's just say forever. I started sewing in high school. I had a fabulous sewing teacher who I absolutely loved. I loved going to her classes. If I see her in the street today, I still stop and say hello to her. She really instilled in me a love of sewing, and she brought a lot of fun to the class. So it was never serious business. I'll never forget the day that she demonstrated a hand sewing technique on the ironing board and stitched the garment to the ironing board cover and rounded it out with, and that's why you don't sew on the ironing board. So she was a really strong influence in why I took up sewing, why I still do it today. As I say, I'm not really a garment sewer. I don't have a great deal of, well, I sew garments, but I don't love them. So I don't make my own clothes because what's the point? I have done just about everything over the years. I think probably the only thing I haven't made is a wedding dress, because brides. No, thank you. I once had a bride tell me that I couldn't read a pattern. So she got charged the pain in the ass tax and she never came back. So I don't do brides. I have done bridesmaids dresses. I've done christening gowns. I've done men's pants, men's shirts. I've done quilts. I've done home decor. I've done curtains. You name it, I've done it. I have made a couple of fun costumes over the last few years. It's something that I really do enjoy doing. I'll show you those in a later video. And I did spend a big chunk of my life making Irish dance costumes. So how I got out of that with my sanity intact, I'll never know. It's an intense world, dance. Anyone who's involved would know. The politics are horrendous. And Irish dance costumes in particular are not that easy to sew. Fair chunk of work in them. So that's enough bitching about the world of dance. More about who I am. It's all about me. So I live in semi-regional New South Wales in Australia. I don't live too far from a reasonably sized city, but it's far enough away. So when you come home on a Friday night, you're home. I'm lucky to have a dedicated sewing space, as you can see, and at some later stage I'll give you a tour. My space is not about the aesthetics, it's about the function. So sure, I like things neatly labelled and you see a bit of colour coordination in the space, but for me it's about the function. It's about having everything that I need in a logical place and where I can find it, and having good workspace. So I'm here on my horn cutting table, which I've been basically dragging around with me for the last 20 years or so, and it's where I do most of my work. I sew exclusively on Janome machines. I have never owned anything else. My very first machine that I bought from a guy named Sam, who is actually still my sewing machine mechanic. That was a Janome. That was an entry level, and it's sitting around here somewhere. It no longer reverses, so it's still usable. It's just, why would I use it now? I've got quite a collection of machines, but this is my workhorse, the Janome 6500P. That old girl is 20 years old, but she has never missed a beat. I did break the thread cutter on it when I was sewing in a hurry, or I don't remember why, but I did break the thread cutter. Sam fixed it up for me, and she just never stops. So I hate to think how many stitches or how many stitching hours that she's got on her. I have embroidery machines. There's a 300E, and I'm going to say a 10,000 sitting there. That's terrible that I can't even remember what it is. And I have a 550E that I use for most of my work now. I've also got Janome Overlocker, the good old Easy Lock 644D, which has also lasted forever and ever. I've also had it for 20 years, and it's never missed a beat. Now I've got another Janome in the cupboard underneath me, and I've got a cover stitch hidden around the corner. So I'm a Janome girl. Anyway, what will you see on this channel? Well, I haven't actually decided how that will work yet. I will do some vlogging. I will do some work with me videos, but I probably won't show everything, because there's some things that I do that actually sell quite well, and I don't necessarily want to share that information with people, because I don't want to turn around and see my unique original product on every table at the local markets. I do markets, so you'll see some of the stuff that I make for markets. You'll also see some other stuff. My partner and I are in the hot rod world, so we do a lot of car events. So the plan is to kind of do some videoing at some of the car events, show you some cool cars, show you some not cool cars, just to mix it up a bit and really to keep it, I guess, a bit diverse, because that's me. I'm an onion. That's about it for today. I just wanted to do a short intro. I figure this is actually the toughest video that I will do. It's really, really awkward to sit and talk to the I'm actually filming on my laptop webcam at the moment, and it's weird. It feels really weird, but hopefully that will get easier. Later on today, I might do some video of something actually in the making, and at some point I'll do a sewing room tour. I'm not someone who has to say, oh, after I clean it up, because my sewing room is always tidy. Brag. I clean up before and after really every project, because I do dump shit here. You know, I go buy fabric, I just dump it on the table. So then when I come in to sew, I put it away. I don't have piles of crap everywhere. If there's piles, they're orderly piles, and they're there for a reason. So anyway, thanks for persisting to the end. I hope it wasn't too boring. Hope you can tolerate the Aussie accent. You don't realise how bad it is until, or good, I don't know, whatever, until you actually hear yourself played back. So thanks for watching. Hopefully you'll join me for the next one. Have a great day. Cheers.